I've actually been asked to make a video about life in the UK test, and for that I made a couple of videos before, which were about the test itself and what type of questions come in the test. This video particularly is about it's about the test actually itself. So I'm going to do a test right in front of you, and I'll explain how to understand the question and how to reach the right answer. This is just a sample test done in front of you, and then I'll ask you for your feedback, whether you like this idea and whether I should continue with this, because there are two things that you should understand. One is that Life in the UK test is based on the book Life in the UK test itself, and the best thing is to read the book, okay, because the test is based on that. And the second thing is that you keep on doing practice tests, and a time will come that you will understand and know everything. But to understand the question is very, very important, because if you haven't read the book, then you must understand each and every question properly. So in this video, I'm trying to explain things from the perspective of understanding the questions properly and then choosing the right option, how to cross out the wrong options and reach the right answer. Okay, I'm sure that you know that you have to do Life in the UK test if you're applying for an ILR, which is Indefinite Leave to Remain, or for British citizenship. So once you apply for ILR using Life in the UK test, then you can use the same test for British citizenship. Okay, so let us start. This is the synopsis or the summary of the whole thing. There are 24 questions in the test. You must answer 18 questions correct if you want to pass the test, and you have 45 minutes, which is quite good amount of time to do these questions. Even if you read every question 2 or 3 times, still you will have enough time. Okay, so now we are going to start, and I will go through the whole 24 questions. This is a sample test, and I will explain things to you, and hopefully you will understand how to approach different questions. First of all, try to read the question very carefully, especially those questions which have not in them or which have negatives in them. For example, has not or not. For example, which is not, because that type of questions are really confusing. Okay, which of these landmarks is in Wales? So there is a list of 4 options here. Giant's Causeway, which is in Northern Ireland. The next one is Loch Lomond, the Lake District, and Snowdonia. So the right answer is, let me circle that, is Snowdonia. But at the same time, these 3, they are also in 3 different countries. So if you know them, because sometimes the question can come about them. Okay, for example, the question can come, which of these landmarks is in Scotland? Then what would you do? So you need to understand. The Giant Causeway is in Northern Ireland, Loch Lomond is in Scotland, and the Lake District is in England. Understand one thing, that in Scottish, the word loch is for lake. So obviously, wherever you see loch, it is Scotland. No questions about that. Okay, the Lake District, 15 or 16 lakes in the Lake District, which is in England, very, very famous place. Okay, so that's how you sort out your answers. Next question is, when is Christmas Eve? Now, most people do this question, which is terribly simple, but they do it wrong, because when they read the word Christmas, they straight away go for this 25th, which is wrong. You need to understand that it is not about the Christmas, it is about the Christmas Eve. Okay, so which is 24. So that's the right answer, not this one. Okay, so that's why you need to read the questions very carefully. Take your time, please. Next, which flower is associated with England? Okay, now I will tell you a technique how to sort this out. Okay, So the answer is rose. Okay, I will tell you about other flowers as well. So this is Wales. Daffodils is for Wales. Shamrock is Northern Islands. Okay, I can't write in the best handwriting with my mouse. And thistle is Scotland. Okay, now remember one thing: flower and food, okay, that belong to England start with an R. Okay, so when it comes to flower, rose is English flower. I mean, it is associated with England, obviously. When it comes to food, then roast beef. Okay, so both of these starts with R. Okay, so anything to do with R is from England. That's it. Okay, so when I come to the next question, which is about food, then I will explain it again. Who was Robert Burns? Okay, so sorry, where was Robert Burns from? Robert Burns was a singer, obviously, and he was from Scotland. He's the guy whose song is sung on the New Year night when the clock hits 12. Okay, all over the world, actually. Beautiful song. Next is, which of these is famous classical music event in the UK? Now, this is the type of question where you need to first get rid of those things that don't relate to the question. So, Creamsfield and the Tea Park, these are two nonsense options. So, our answer is either the Proms or the Glastonbury Festival. Now, the Proms is classical music festival, and the Glastonbury Festival is also musical, but at the same time it includes drama and art as well. So the right answer here is the Proms. The next one is, okay, this is the typical example of the question which has got a negative in it. Okay, so the UK government hasn't used the power to suspend Northern Ireland Assembly. Now, uh, this is a typical negative question which makes the life difficult. Um, the UK has suspended Northern Ireland Assembly multiple times. So that is the fact. And it says the UK hasn't used that. So that means it is wrong. Okay, so see that this time something which is false is your true answer. So that's how it makes it difficult. That when there is negative, mostly it is the negative thing that is the answer, because double negative makes it positive. Okay, so it's a bit confusing. So you have to read the question very carefully. So in this case, the word false is the right answer. I mean, that will give you 1 mark for that. Next is, who appoints life peers? Okay, life peers are those people who are the members of House of Lords for their lifetime, as long as they live. Okay, so the appointment is made by the monarch. This question is very confusing because it is the Prime Minister who nominates them. Okay, sometimes the question is, who nominates life peers? Okay, so in that question, your answer would be the Prime Minister. But here, who appoints life peers? The appointment is done by the monarch or the queen. So that's the right answer. It's nothing to do with shadow cabinet or the speaker. Next question. What is the capital of England? Okay, very simple answer. I think we don't need to spend any time here. Okay, so I'm sure you know that Scotland's capital is Edinburgh, Cardiff is the capital of Wales, Belfast is the capital of Northern Ireland. The next one is, when is St. David's Day? Okay, so all of these are saints' particular days. St. David's Day is 1st of March. Okay, so you must remember that 4 countries, 4 national saints, and they have got 4 different days. Okay, so 2 of them come in March, and 1 in April, and 1 in November. Okay, so in this particular case, our answer is 1st of March. Okay, the next question is, which of the following is part of the UK? Okay, now first of all, understand what UK is. UK is 4 countries: England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. Okay, or if you go from the biggest to the lowest, then England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Okay, so the question is, which of the following is part of the UK? So we have got this one. Okay, St. Helena, obviously Canada is not part of the UK, it's a separate country. So St. Helena and Channel Islands, they are not the part of the UK, although they are linked to the UK, which we will discuss later. Who built the Tower of London? It was William the Conqueror. There are certain questions that we don't have any codes to crack them, or we don't have any techniques. We just need to remember them because they are the facts of history. The next question is, what is not a fundamental principle of British life? Once again, this question has a negative in it. Now, most people that I know make mistake in this question. Why? Because the word fundamental principle is the key word here, okay? And that takes your mind to the fundamental principles of British life. And these three are fundamental principles: treating others with fairness, looking after the environment, and looking after yourself and the family. So as soon as somebody reads this, they choose one of these because all of them are very attractive to choose and they are first in the list. But the question is, which is not a fundamental? So not is this. So this is the one which is not a fundamental principle: driving a car. Now, fundamental means basic, which is compulsory for everybody. Now you can see that not everybody drives in the UK, not everybody has a car. If it is a fundamental principle, then everybody should drive, everybody should have a car. So because that's not the case, so that is the fundamental, not the fundamental principle. Okay, next question: which charity works to preserve important buildings? Okay, this is a kind of question where you can use your common sense and technique if you don't know the answer. Obviously the answer is the National Trust, okay, but let us see, we don't know the answer. Okay, how would we reach the correct answer? Age UK is about old people. Age means old, okay, so you can associate this with children. This is National Society for the Protection of Cruelty in Children. Okay, so tell yourself that if a charity has C in it, then it is not about buildings, it's about children. So this is children, this is old age. Now we have got these two left. How do we make a choice? Red Cross. Okay, so the Red Cross, I make it here. You might have seen this Red Cross on ambulances. Okay, so the Red Cross is a society which is about, it's a huge organization which is about ambulances and hospitals and all that stuff, because it is uh, a society which helps people in crisis, like in terms of war, if somebody is injured, if somebody is bleeding, if somebody is hurt, so the Red Cross comes in. So this is the only option which is the correct option. Then the National Trust looks after buildings. Okay. When did the first Christian communities appear in Britain? So the answer to this question is 3rd and 4th centuries. This type of question has no codes to break, so we need to just memorize that or remember that from the book or from our memory. Okay. Next question is, roast beef is a traditional food of which country? I think we did some discussion on that. So the food starts with R, so that is England. Okay, England food and England flour both start with an R. Okay, now there are three other countries. You can sometimes have a question about Scottish traditional food or Northern Ireland traditional food. So how do we do that? Okay, Scotland's traditional food is haggis. Okay, Northern Ireland's traditional food is Ulster fry, and Wales' traditional food is Welsh cakes. Okay, now I can tell you that nobody is going to ask you that whose traditional food is Welsh cakes, or what is the traditional food of Wales, and then the option is Welsh cakes. No, I mean that is very, very prominent, so they won't give you this question. So that means you just need to memorize or remember these two. How do you remember that? Northern Ireland, 2 words. Okay, so Northern Ireland, 2 words. Its traditional food has 2 words in it. Okay, Ulster fry. The next is haggis. Okay, so you actually have to remember this one only, because you know that if something has to do with an R, then it's England. 2 words, Ulster fry, Northern Ireland, because this country has 2 words. Forget about Wales, then England. Okay, see that how easily you can come to the right answer in most of the questions. Some questions obviously you have to remember from your memory. What created the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland? You know that before this act, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern and Ireland were 2 different countries. So Great Britain means 3 countries: England, Scotland, and Wales. Okay, but after this act, the fourth country, Ireland, was united. So the act is known as the Act of Union. So this is how a union of 4 countries was created. So once again, you have to just remember that. No techniques to apply on this. Okay, which two are British overseas territories? Okay, so this is something that you have to once again use your common sense techniques to answer the questions. So this is a nonsense option, Hawaii, because that has nothing to do with Britain. Okay, so so just put a cross on it. Okay, now we have 3 options. So Ireland. So we know that UK is sorry, Northern Ireland is part of the UK, but Ireland is a separate country. So we have no um, we just need to put a cross because that's not the option. Okay, so which two? So only these 2 options are left, and they are the correct options: St. Helena and Falkland Islands. That's how you simplify this thing for you. Where is the cenotaph located? Cenotaph is the place where the memorial is held every year, and the Queen goes and the officials go and they lay down flowers in the memory of those people who lost their lives in world wars and any other war. Okay, so the answer to that question is Whitehall, that is in central London. The next question is, which 2 British film actors have recently won Oscars? This is a type of question which you have to just memorize. Nothing can be done. Okay, so one is Colin Firth and the second one is Tilda Swinton. Okay, one of the most difficult questions actually about actors and sportsperson and artists. All right, this question also can be done correctly using common sense. What palace was a cast iron and plate glass building originally erected in Hyde Park, London, England, to house the Great Exhibition of 1851? Okay, see, this has glass in it. Okay, and the only word that means glass is Crystal Palace. Crystal is glass. Okay, so Dream Palace is the wrong option. All other options are wrong. Crystal Palace is the right option. Okay. Next one is, what did the Chartists campaign for? Chartists were those people who asked for vote, okay, and these were the people who asked for and the right to vote for the working class, okay. Once again, history stuff, you need to remember that. Who was the first Briton to win the Olympic gold medal in 10,000 meters? So we have got Mo Farah, David Weir, Bradley Wiggins, and Sir Chris Hoy. Okay, so in this case, the answer is Mo Farah because he's the runner. Okay, and it's a very, very prominent, important name. Okay, next, which flag has a white cross on a blue background? You know that United Kingdom is the flag, the Union Jack actually is a combination of 3 countries' flags. Welsh dragon is not on the Union Jack for reasons you might have read in the book. So we don't want to go into that detail, but here, blue white cross on a blue background is the Scottish flag. Okay, so Welsh flag has a dragon on it. English flag has a red cross on a white background like that, and Irish flag has a cross like that, once again on a white background. So Scottish flag has a diagonal cross but on a blue background. So that's the correct answer. Who is Queen Elizabeth II married to? Okay, so let us see who are these people. So Prince Charles, son; Prince Harry, grandson; Prince William, grandson. So the right option is Prince Philip. Okay, so this is the end of this test. That's how you answer the questions. I hope you understand. Okay, right. Thanks for watching. I wish you all the best. If you have any questions, do ask me. I'll try to help you, and tell me whether this is helpful in any way, and whether we should continue with this practice or we should start reading the book. Okay, based on your feedback, I'll devise my strategy for future life in the UK lessons. Either we can go with the tests, do tests like that, or if you want, I can do page by page of the book. Okay, I wish you all the best once again, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, thank you, bye.